A lot of the planning decisions in Vancouver's history were using the empty spaces and converting industrial land to residential, which was, an easier choice. You sacrifice industrial land, but you don't have neighborhoods upset about new density and change. And now we don't have that option. We're really looking at redeveloping existing neighborhoods of the city, trying to do it sensitively and thoughtfully and in a way that makes sure that it's transit-oriented development, so the transportation issues are easier to manage. So it's more difficult, involves a lot more community engagement and consultation, and takes more time. But I think in the end, it'll build a better city. We still see support for towers in downtown and certain areas where there's the opportunity to do that. I think at Oak Ridge there was some openness to that, and all of the different options that emerged from that with big park space and community investment. That said, I think most of the neighborhoods aren't looking at towers being a part of their future. They're looking at lower forms and trying to focus that on the arterials. That's generally what we hear, and that's, there's still lots of work on figuring out those new forms in Vancouver, because we don't have a wide range of different built form. We kind of go from single-family home to condo towers, and other than some three-story walk-ups, there's not a lot of in-between forms that we need more of. Vancouver's economy is booming. We see technology jobs and green jobs being created at record levels, and that means more job space is needed. I came in and was focused on creating real certainty in the central business district, making sure that we were very clear where we wanted to see office built, and we weren't going to wait around and flex on having some residential or mixed use. So I think that clarity around the central business district zoning enabled people to say, okay, let's just get on with it and build the office that we need. And the market is scooping it up. So it's a win-win right now. There's certainty. There's lots of office space being created for a hungry economy. Development industry is always interested in ramping it up, and particularly when the market is strong and steady, and in Vancouver, as it's been for many years. People want to keep building here, but we have to be very careful how we do that in the city. We can't just run roughshod and plow ahead with the growth. We have to be very mindful of the neighborhoods and respecting the character and the people of Vancouver. So it's doing it at an ambitious pace, but respecting the neighborhoods and the people who live here, and making sure the growth is good growth. It keeps the city livable. Under current zoning, the Broadway Corridor is going to see another 150,000 people living and working along Broadway, and currently there's 200,000. It's a big bunch of growth that we've got to manage under current zoning, and it needs to be served by rapid transit. We have so much pressure in that corridor now. Cars are choking the corridor. The buses are all full. Busiest bus corridor in North America. So I think we've got to see that long-term investment in rapid transit, and that will help alleviate the pressure that we're feeling right now along Broadway because of the cars and buses. And we'll see what happens with growth and development. I don't think we're going to see a massive change in the zoning that creates a wall of towers. I think we're going to see a unique and diverse neighborhood that emerges there, but it'll certainly be dense. I want to see the line be underground, the Skytrain technology continuing the Millennium Line to the west, basically under Broadway. And I think modern construction techniques and tunneling, we can minimize the disruption along that corridor. It's a very congested corridor today, so it's a difficult one to work in. But I think with best practices, with mitigation of impacts on local business, that's necessary too. We can see successful construction without a lot of upheaval. And we've certainly been through upheaval with the Canada Line, and I don't want to see a repeat of that kind of disruption.